In this video, I want to talk about tracking sales tax in Wave. So if you're collecting sales tax from your customers and then remitting that tax to your state, then you might want to track that in your accounting system. So the first thing that you would do in this situation is set up your sales tax. To do that, you would click on the name of the company and then click on business settings. And then right here is the option to go to sales taxes. And I already have one set up. I have the North Carolina sales tax set up at 7%. But if you need to create a sales tax, that would be using this icon right here, create a sales tax, and then you would give it a name. I'm going to do South Carolina sales tax, and I would give it an abbreviation. I could put a description if I wanted to. I could put the tax number if I wanted to. If I needed to show the tax number on invoices, I could do that here. And then I would need to choose if this tax is recoverable or a compound tax. If you're in the United States and you're dealing with sales tax, more than likely this is not a recoverable tax, but this just depends on where you are. And you can click on this link right here, and it's going to take you to a page where you can read more about recoverable versus non-recoverable tax. And then there's also information here about general sales tax topics. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put in the rate. I'm pretty sure the South Carolina sales tax rate is 6%, but I'm not 100% sure. And of course, this could vary by county, but I'm just going to go ahead and put 6% in here just for demonstration. Okay, once I have the tax set up, I would save. And that's it. That's all you have to do. You just click on create a sales tax, put in your information, and it creates the sales tax. And when you create the sales tax, if you go to the chart of accounts, you'll now have sales tax accounts in your chart of accounts. And I need to refresh this because it's not showing the South Carolina tax account right now. Okay, it did add an account for South Carolina as well. And if you click on this little question mark, there's a little more detail here so that Wave can explain to you what this is for. Basically, you're going to use these accounts to track sales tax that you collect. And then when you make the sales tax payments, you would record those payments against these accounts. And then once you have your sales tax set up, then you would want to make sure that you have it linked to your invoice items if you create invoices for customers. So I'm going to go to sales and payments, products and services, and you can see that I have an item for product sales. I'm going to click on this little pencil icon, and you can see that I have this linked to product sales and an expense account, cost of goods sold. And you can see here that I have a sales tax attached to this item called North Carolina sales tax. And I can add the South Carolina tax here as well. I'm going to go ahead and save this. So now anytime I use this item on an invoice, it's going to pre-fill with the sales tax. Whereas if I use any of the other items on this page, the tax is not going to pre-fill, but I can still add the tax onto the invoice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and create an invoice so I can show you what this would look like. So I went to sales and payments invoices. I'm going to create an invoice here. I'm going to add a customer. I'm going to add my other information, invoice date, payment date, that sort of thing. I'm going to add my services or products, and I'm going to add that product sales item. And I'm just going to do an invoice for $120. And you can see here that it actually added both taxes. So I'm going to need to remove one depending on what state this sale is in. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove the South Carolina sales tax. and just leave the North Carolina sales tax on this invoice. Okay, so that brings the total of this invoice to $128.40. I'm going to go ahead and save, approve the draft, and then I'm also going to go ahead and record a payment. And that's all you have to do to add a sales tax to an invoice. And now I'm going to show you how you would do just a general deposit that's not attached to a customer invoice. So I'm going to go to Accounting Transactions. I'm going to add a deposit. And let's just say this deposit is $214. Now I can click on this right here to include the sales tax. And then it asks me which sales tax I want to add. So I'm going to choose North Carolina, and it's showing me how this $214 would be $200 before sales tax plus $14 in sales tax. And then after sales tax would be the total of $214. So I'm going to click on update. So that's going to change that to where whatever account I put here is going to be $200. So $200 is going to post to product sales, and then $14 is going to post to the North Carolina sales tax payable. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Okay, so now that I have two sales with sales tax, I want to look at the sales tax report. The sales tax report is going to tell me how much I need to pay for that time period so that I can make sure I'm remitting those sales taxes to North Carolina or whatever state I need to remit those taxes to. So I'm going to go to reports, and you can see this sales tax report right here. And I can change the time for this report. Now, just depending on what your requirements are, sometimes you have to remit sales tax for the month. Sometimes you have to remit it for the quarter. It just depends on your state and depends on your requirements. I'm going to go ahead and assume that you're remitting by the quarter. And I'm going to change this to cash basis Q1 2026, or Q2, actually. Let's do Q2. Okay, so this shows me that I've had 0 South Carolina sales and then $320 in North Carolina sales. The tax amount on those sales was $22.40 total. And I could click on this if I want more details. So you can see it shows that invoice. And if I click on it, I could go to that invoice payment. And then I also show the $14 from that deposit. So that's where the $22.40 is coming from. So there's $22.40 owing. And it says purchases subject to tax and tax amount on purchases. But this isn't going to be relevant to you if you're dealing with a non-recoverable tax. And then down here, it shows that there's a balance as of April 1st. There's a starting balance of $15.75 related to Q1, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes. Net tax owed for Q2 is $22.40. So total they owe right now is $38.15. And then South Carolina has 0 owed. So if I look at Q1, you can see that there was a $225 sale in Q1. The tax amount on that sale was $15.75, or on those sales. In this case, it was just one sale, this one invoice that I created before creating this video. So from Q1, they still owe $15.75, and that carried forward to quarter 2 as the starting balance. So what I'm going to do is now record a payment of $15.75 to pay the sales tax so you can see what it's going to look like on the updated report. So I'm going to go back to accounting transactions. I'm going to add a withdrawal for $15.75. And let's say it was just right after the first quarter. So the first quarter is January, February, March. So if they were paying for that first quarter, they would have paid sometime in probably April. So I'm just going to choose April 15th. And the category would be sales tax payment to government, North Carolina sales tax. So that is how I would record a sales tax payment. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save this and then go back to that report. So if I choose quarter 1, it still shows me net tax owing of $15.75. It does not show any payments to the government because I'm looking at January through March. If I change this to quarter 2 and update, now you can see the $15.75 from the prior quarter was paid to the government, but they still owe the $22.40 from quarter 2 that they'll probably pay in quarter 3. So the ending balance of this report shows $22.40. And that's all you would have to do to track your sales tax in Wave. Now, Wave doesn't have a feature to track your inventory, to track your inventory sales, to track your inventory balances. It doesn't have any sophisticated features to know which sales tax to use for which customer based on the customer's address. So if you're in a more complicated situation with your inventory and with your sales tax, then there's a good chance you're going to need a program that's a little more comprehensive and sophisticated than Wave. But if all you're doing is very simple, straightforward sales with some sales tax, then you may use a program like this and use these features. It just depends on your business and what you need. This particular video was just to show you the basic features of sales tax in Wave. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and thank you for watching.